Welcome to this event, our temple circle on self-love, the Lotus song of the compassionate heart. And this is Thai Namadika. My name is Taida Horozovich. I'm so happy to be here together today. And I'm offering words of a way of introduction for our temple circle. For me, the greatest power of forgiveness is that it is freeing us and bringing us closer to the divine self. Being compassionate, it's a dose of a detachment from situations or persons that would otherwise have us be in our reactive mind or responding from the egoic self. Compassion and forgiveness, this elevates our ability to effortlessly remain in our sovereignty. Being in forgiveness with oneself or another person can mean to sit with the wrongdoing done onto us, or even something wrong that we've done or maybe regret. Forgiving, having compassion, forgiving any wrongdoing, it doesn't mean condoning any hurt that was brought against us. It doesn't mean excusing, exonerating, or acquitting it. Forgiving and showing compassion is being able to see that the wrongdoer is a person who is hurting themselves. And in seeing both their humanity and potential to be divinely aligned, we forgive. And in this way, we open the compassionate heart. We clear away that which is pain, suffering, victimhood, and surviving. Opening to our compassionate heart and activating her is the gateway to thriving. It is the one single nectar of transmutation and alchemy. And this is the doorway that is always open. This is always accessible to us. Transmuting what's been done to us when we couldn't have a say in a situation. It means reclaiming power. It means forgiving ourselves and deepening in unconditional love that you are, unconditional love that I am. And so I'm really honored to journey with you today through the space of blazing love, unconditional love, and softening and opening ourselves to compassion. The Lotus song of our compassionate heart. Welcome. To Goddess of Compassion Temple Circle. Thank you so much for being with us today. Spending time with the Goddess of Compassion and awakening our hearts to forgiveness today. My name is Thai Namadika, and I have been feeling called to do this temple circle for a while, because I am seeing a lot of feeling and a lot of need for self-forgiveness. And how this looks in the world is I'm meeting a lot of women who are apologizing a lot of the time in their professional everyday life. And it's just an opportunity today to come together in the circle and to soften and open our hearts to work with the powerful archetype of the Goddess of Compassion from the 13 Moon Mystery Card Deck and book, Alchemy of Ecstasy by Ariel Spilsbury, and just this wonderful lifelong curricula and light language that is an opportunity for us to simply effortlessly come into a place of heart liberation through self-forgiveness and through loving ourselves and transmuting some of the hurt in our life. And so your presence is very, very precious, and I'm very grateful to share this space today. I want to ask you how you are today, and I hope you're feeling well. Thank you so much for joining the circle. So today we are expanding in the love of the violet flame. Everything with the Goddess of Compassion is in this frequency of violet. I have this altar behind me with amethyst and some violet flowers. I have some dry lavender as well. And just bringing in the frequency of amethyst as an invitation for more kindness, for more gentleness, for actually slowing down to feel how we can presence our heart and soften in our heart. And so this violet frequency is in fact the highest color frequency that is visible to our human eye. And to open the space, I want to light a candle, and you may have brought a candle. Also, I invite you to light your candle now. This is a white lotus candle that is symbol of unfolding energies. And so we are inviting in and opening this temple circle today. And the dedication of the temple circle today is for all sentient beings to be safe, to feel seen, to feel like they belong, to be healthy, and to feel loved and valued and fully presenced in their worth and the frequency that they bring. So welcome. I'm opening this space for us, and it really is an opportunity to tune into the heart. So feeling called to bring the frequency of the lotus, not only because it is Goddess of Compassion, one of her flowers, but because as we go through life, just like a lotus, we go through many, many initiations and experiences that can be difficult and painful, or simply can be seen as opportunities for personal growth. And being more in sync with our essence self, with who we feel ourselves to be at the core. This is an important language, and this is so essential to establish and evoke sacred space where we can really simply be with that essence self and go outside of sacred space and go through life always being in that place of authenticity and fully embodying who we truly feel ourselves to be, loving ourselves, accepting ourselves. And this requires forgiving ourselves, because sometimes we have experiences in life that actually bring us to a place of not fully accepting ourselves or judging ourselves or comparing ourselves or feeling separate from love in any way. And so the frequency of the lotus is, the lotus needs the murky water. It needs that mud. It needs that blurred water, that dark black water. And to thrive and to grow. And so the lotus is seen as one of the most beautiful flowers, just evokes feeling of tranquility, is synonymous to meditation, to a state of elevated consciousness and heart expansion. And so like a lotus in murky water, floating on water, but firmly tethered to Mama Gaia, we are tuning into this frequency today with the goddess of compassion to soften in our heart, to truly connect to that emergence of simply observing and embodying what wants to be presenced and allowing for it to come up. And whatever that may be, loving ourselves through this process. So this murky water that births this beautiful lotus flower that is always looks perfect when you see a lotus flower, whether in real life or a picture, it looks perfect. It's either that beautiful violet or pink or white frequency. And so we are also in our life experiences embracing the murky water and understanding why it is essential. And the goddess of compassion invites us to look at life in this way, that things are not happening to us, but rather things are happening for us so that we can emerge as this beautiful essence self that we are. And so I invite us to just ground together and do this meditation to ground, to really, really arrive here now. And so I invite you to just take a few deep breaths and just inhale. And however this looks for you, however you want to take deep breaths, and you can inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, and just take a few deep breaths and just let's begin to quiet our mind. And just take some deep breaths and just begin to quiet the mind. Slow down. And just for the next hour, put aside what we were doing and what we need to do later. This is the time to be in sacred space, in this beautiful space of pause, to simply be, to simply love ourselves, and just continue to take deep breaths. And as we continue to take deep breaths, if there's a sign or a sound that wants to be released, just release the sound on the out breath. Just whatever sound wants to come out, and maybe there is no sound and there is no right or wrong. And just continue with deep breaths. And then at the beginning, at the start of our spine, just start to feel this red light start to activate, this red light, and just feel this red light now at the base of your spine becoming active, and this beautiful red light coming down your thighs and your legs, and this beautiful red cord of light extending now from the core of your spine, down your legs, past your knees and calves, and down, down, down through your feet. This beautiful red light cord now continuing down your feet, down through the ground, extending and dropping all the way down to Mama Gaia. This beautiful red light cord now dropping all the way down, connecting with Mama Gaia at the root, and just continue to take slow, deep breaths. And this red light now extending to the root of Mama Gaia and connecting with her, and just feel connected to Mama Gaia at the root now, and continue to take deep breaths. And feel the root of Mama Gaia now feeding you, giving you sustenance, giving you nurturance, And take that sustenance in, whatever that looks like for you. If it feels like minerals, if it feels like energy of love, if it feels like grounding, whatever it is that your being needs in this moment, just feel Mama Gaia giving the sustenance to you now, and just feel her love. And continue to take deep breaths. And just feel Mama Gaia giving you love, giving you support, giving you nourishment that you require in this moment. And when you feel complete, just begin to slowly release this red light cord from the root of Mama Gaia, knowing that you are always connected to her. And slowly, very slowly begin to pull this red light cord from the root of Mama Gaia up, 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 all the way up through the ground, up through your feet, and up your legs back to the core of your spine, pulling this red light in, feeling the sustenance, feeling the grounding, feeling that you have arrived here now. And when you're ready, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. And really arriving here now. Welcome back, beloved. We are here now with the Goddess of Compassion. She is the beautiful frequency of violet, inviting us to cultivate gentleness and kindness, mercy, compassion, and forgiveness for the self, other people in our life, but also all sentient beings and all beings that we encounter during our lifetime. The opportunity here is to elevate and expand how infinite our heart is through the practice of compassion that we'll deepen in today. It is what we learn, compassion for the self. We are never separate from love, and we grow this capacity of our heart. We can expand our heart space and learn that our heart is infinite. If ever we doubted, we know through cultivating compassion that our heart, yes, it can hold it all. So this is the gateway to the abundance that we are. Each of us is an abundant soul. And the Goddess of Compassion shows us how to effortlessly be an active participant in our life, because you share your reality and you are the one who is shaping it. So reality in our three-dimensional life, sometimes we are faced with realities and we forget that reality is a construct and we shape our own reality. So the Goddess of Compassion holds us in this beautiful violet flame and reminds us that we are the ones shaping our own reality, so that when anything in our life happens that makes us feel less than love, we have this technique, we have this tool, we have this skill, this ability to love ourselves back into the wholeness that we are. And any feeling of separation, anything less than love, the Goddess of Compassion can truly help and assist and guide us to heal for this lifetime and other lifetimes, and to transmute that which is holding us in old patterns that are possibly not benefiting us, in old patterns that we've simply surpassed in our life. So with this cultivated compassion for the self, we learn to get out of the reactive mind. We relearn how to respond in complete synchronicity with our authentic self, from the true nature of yourself, and as the reflection, as an embodiment of the higher self. This is what we'll be doing today, is we're activating this higher self that already knows that we are whole, that already knows that we are love at the essence of who we are. And Goddess of Compassion is powerful because she also, through encouraging self-forgiveness and forgiveness, she reminds us that words are spells, and they're very powerful. The words that we tell ourselves have great power. The words that we even think and not speak, this is how sometimes things are ingrained in us that are holding us back from being fully expressed in our authenticity, in the love that we are, in the love that you are, in the love that I am. So we train our heart and our mind to expand so that we can step out of this egoic reactive mind, and we can be fully expressed in our sovereign self. So Goddess of Compassion, the merciful, the kind, graceful, loving, and transcendent one. She teaches us that we can be it all and that our heart can hold it all. It's the self-love that is holy. It's the self-love that is sacred, because it lifts you up from any place less than love through our capacity to forgive, through our availability for transmutation. And this is how each of us can emerge as a true embodiment of the goddess herself. This is the invitation of the Goddess of Compassion. And so as we think about how each of us creates her own reality as a sovereign being, as a sovereign goddess, you will no longer need to remain in this frequency of addiction to suffering. So when we look at the world and even our life, when we closely look at some of our relationships and relationship with the self, we can see a lot of suffering in the world. We can see a lot of people struggling with situations that they're presented with initiations, with relationships and conversations, and with power leaks and so forth that can happen. And we do see a lot of suffering in the world. And the goddess archetypes we'll be working with today, the Goddess of Compassion, Kuan Yin and Green Tare, Tare, well, particularly Green Tare, but also Kuan Yin, who herself has gone through tremendous atrocities that have been done against her. And this great suffering is actually an opportunity also to go deep, deep, deep inward and to love ourselves into a new aliveness, to free ourselves. So I look at self-forgiveness and forgiveness as the one single opportunity to free ourselves and to create new space by forgiving ourselves or another person in our life, and truly activating that frequency of the higher self in our everyday life. So with this frequency, we're no longer codependent in our relationships, and there's no other person that can give us the love that we can receive from the divine. And so the Goddess of Compassion is a direct bridge to the divine love, because through forgiveness, self-forgiveness, we are bringing forth a fulfillment of who we came here to be. This is the opportunity. So I want to read something from Ariel Spilsbury's Alchemy of Ecstasy, which is the introduction into this archetypal frequency of the goddess of compassion as we learn it from the 13 moon mystery school and deck. She who enfolds in mercy, forgiveness, and compassion. This aspect of the goddess is the essence of divine, perfect love. Like a divine mother who loves all in an impersonal way, rather than a personalized human mother, the goddess of compassion represents the benevolent heart that assists all beings in channeling the love of creation into manifest form. She acknowledges and empowers by seeing the potential of each being beyond the limitation of ego, from the perspective of the oversoul rather than the personality. Tender without attachment. She is sensitive, inclusive, all. Thank you, Ariel Spilsbury, for this light language and wisdom. And so the gateway, as Ariel Spilsbury offers it, the gateway to the mystery of the goddess of compassion is I recognize, I see it. And Om Mani Padme Hum is the mantra here. So it's praise to the jewel in the lotus. And so the archetype goddess of compassion is Tare. One of them is Tare, Kuan Yin, or Mother Mary. And Kuan Yin, as I mentioned, I work a lot with her energy and frequency, because the story of Kuan Yin is that she was done wrong. She was abused in most horrendous ways. And she withdrew herself from the world, and she went in deep solitude and loved herself back into being in a new way at the core, at the essence of who she is, by forgiving, by aligning directly with that divine love. And so this divine love frequency is available to us all at all times. And in practicing, in being in sacred space and sacred circle together, we are invoking this frequency so that we can carry this sweet medicine with us beyond this specific safe space where we come to open our hearts and soften in the heart. And so Kuan Yin emerged as this forgiving, soothing, loving goddess, this fierce love that is inspiring. And Tara is another beautiful goddess that a lot of us have deepened with in our lifetime. She has a mandala of 21 faces of Tara, each offering a different frequency where we get to express our feeling about something and release it and share it with the divine, so that anything less than love, anything that is fear-based, or that is our egoic mind, or that is a reactive mind, can be transmuted back to love. This is why we're invoking this frequency. And with her beautiful mantra, Om Tare, Tuttare, Ture, Soha, I prostrate to the liberator, mother of all victorious ones. She invites us and supports us to open the heart mandala and embody the goddess through these deep, deep transmutations that we have the capacity to journey through and truly be released and freed. And so when at this time we come to the gate of the compassion, and so I want to really honor you for being here and thank you for your beautiful presence, and ask you at this gate what you are willing and ready to leave, to lay down in order to fully forgive yourself and be in the perfect divine beauty, the love that you are. And so I will ask you to come past this gate, and if you want to share in the chat or write it in your journal, just for yourself, you can also speak it. Everybody's muted. So just welcoming you to this gate. I am the gate of compassion. What, beloved, would you lay down and leave here with me at the gate so that you can fully come into forgiveness? I am the gate of compassion. What, beloved, would you leave with me to enter and fully be in self-forgiveness? Just feel what arises. There is no right or wrong. And just name that which you are ready to lay down. You can feel where it appears and shows up in your body. And just love those parts even more right now. Just feel into it. Welcome, beloved. And at this time, I'd like to invite us to do the meditation with our compassionate heart. And if you would like to get comfortable and just sit and make sure your back is supported, and continue to take deep breaths. And if you feel invited to, you can also close your eyes. Just feel beautiful violet light that is above your head right now. There's a beautiful violet light that is coming from above, right above your head right now. And just feel this beautiful violet light coming down your crown chakra. Just feel it pouring in gently down your crown chakra. And feel this violet light now going down your crown chakra to your third eye. And just feel this violet light now activating your third eye. I feel the beautiful violet light continuing down your throat and pouring on down to your heart. Feel this violet flame becoming a triple violet flame now in your heart. This hot, cooling flame of love, wisdom, and power. And now in your heart, this violet flame, you can feel her becoming a lotus flower. Just tend to this delicate, gentle, beautiful lotus flower that is continuously opening lotus flower out of beautiful violet flame, and just begin to feel this continuously opening lotus flower in your heart center. Just notice how this feels in your body at this time. You're perfectly safe and held in divine love in this moment. Now, this is your heart temple, this beautiful, continuously opening lotus. Feel this lotus temple in your heart and begin to feel how it is moving in your body. Feel this beautiful violet flame of this continuously opening lotus flower as it is activating your inner balancing realms on cellular level. Visualizing your light body now. You can feel this lotus flower that keeps opening without a pause. And here you can feel that you are, beloved, the center of all being. You can see it all. You are all of it. And you can feel this triple flame of transmutation. Love, wisdom, power. This cooling violet flame, lotus flower opening in your heart. Melting anything lesser than love. Feel this violet flame now continuing to pour down your body everywhere where you feel it is needed now. And just feel if there's any discomfort, any numbness anywhere in your body, and just add more of this violet flame light to that part of the body, very, very gently, very slowly, and very, very lovingly. Just add more light. This beautiful violet flame anywhere in your body where you feel discomfort or tightness, and feel the light continuing down your back, down your legs, filling your body with this flame, this beautiful violet flame light. And as you feel it now everywhere in your body, you can sense how it is emanating from everywhere within you. You can return to the heart temple where the light is continuously opening lotus flower, and just sit with it. Sit with it for a moment. Just feel again anything in your body that is tight or numb or any stuck energy, and just add more of this violet light pouring from the center, from your heart, continuously opening lotus. And in this moment, if there is anything that still needs to be presenced, or you feel anything where you can love yourself more, where you can forgive yourself or someone in your life, just feel your capacity to do so. As you're at the center of this beautiful, continuously opening lotus. And slowly, very, very slowly, as you continue to take deep breaths, begin to feel yourself coming back to the here and now. We're safe in our beautiful circle of sisters. If you would like to, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes and just begin to very, very slowly come back. Take deep breaths, and if you want to, when you feel ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Maureen says I lay down self-criticizing. Thank you. And for me, I lay down any doubt that I am love. And please do share if there is. Thank you for witnessing me. If there is anything that you want to share from the meditation, feel free to do so. And also, I'll invite you to, for everybody on replay, to journal and just feel what's coming up. And I would be very excited to learn what you found in the heart temple of your continuously opening lotus. This is a meditation that was given to me when I was doing temple guide training with the Priestess Presence Temple a couple of years ago, and it was a continuously opening lotus in my heart, and it was a meditation after I had my surrender. I actually surrendered to the divine. This was what was an initiation for me, is to truly trust and surrender and fall into this trust. And once I was able to do that, I received one of the meditations that I received is this meditation that I shared today, which is the continuously opening lotus in the heart. And it's a place that you can go back to over and over and over again with this healing violet light that is the frequency of transmutation, of dissolving any fear, any frequency of anything that is less than love. And so if there are no more comments, I would love to move into this next part of the invitation, where we're actually working with activating our soul voice. And this is an exercise that was offered by one of my wonderful teachers, Chloe Goodchild. Chloe Goodchild is soul voice guide, and she is a wonderful musician, also in the sacred world. And in one of the classes that I took with her, we did this exercise that I think is so needed and so healing and beautiful, and very much in the frequency of the goddess of compassion. And so when we think about compassion, when we think about divine love and becoming one with it, it's a place where there's only one undying self, right? There is no this self and that self. There's only one self. And we shed everything that is standing between us and articulation of this essence self. And the way we shed it is by loving ourselves more and deeper throughout life. And this is why we're using these sacred tools and rituals and ceremonies. And so it's an invitation to look at yourself in the mirror And don't worry if there's no actual mirror. So it's to think about your own face. So right now I would invite you to look at yourself and look at your face, or be presencing yourself and your face, and just taking a moment to come into a presencing with the self. So observing your face, your beautiful, unique face, and in this moment, just continuing to look deeper at yourself. And don't worry if you don't have an actual mirror, you might not even want to look at yourself in the mirror. The reason we are thinking about and presencing our being in our face is to presence ourselves in a way where we see our face in the mirror or through seeing it in our mind's eye, and releasing any and all of the masks that this face could represent, so that we can come into that essence self, that undying self, that one that is the constant in our life, the core, the essence of who we are on our soul level. And so just observe your beautiful, unique face and take some deep breaths, and just notice what you see, what you feel as you are presencing yourself. You can close your eyes for this, or actually look at yourself, whatever feels good for you in this moment when you're doing this. So you can slowly and silently in your mind, continuing to take deep breaths, and just begin to feel the sound of your name. We're not actually saying anything just yet. We are just presencing our being, thinking about our face, putting those masks down, and just simply feeling, what does the sound of my name feel like? Just feeling the sound of my name without speaking it in my mind as I am presencing myself and thinking of my face here. And just begin to feel how your name sounds without speaking it. So we are presencing the self, the undying, the unchanged self, the essence self. You can think about speaking your name and how that feels. And so we'll begin now with birth of the sound, very, very softly. So you may want to almost whisper your own name, just saying it very, very softly, almost tight. Just beginning to very slowly speak your own name and presencing your own self through it, and just feel how this sound is moving and how it feels in your body. You are now witnessing yourself. So just continue to witness yourself. And now slowly begin to feel the sound that wants to emerge as a song. Think of saying your name as a song that you are now going to share, and everybody's muted, so feel free to express this sound as a love letter to yourself, as a love song. And it is something that you are composing for yourself, and you're not trying to impress anybody, or you're not trying to achieve something with the sound. You're simply feeling how speaking your name out loud will come out as a song. What is the melody? So just begin to feel it And when you're ready, just begin to sing your name. You're singing a love song. You are composing a love song here. And just begin to then, when you're ready, slowly sound your name. So you might start very slowly, or however it's moving through your body. So I'll also do this for a little bit, and then I want you to just continue with sounding your own name out loud like a song. Ta, ta, and just continue singing your name. Use the melody that wants to move through you now. Feel what this emotion is and just notice what it is, and just continue to sing your name. Don't stop, just continue as I am speaking. Just continue to sing your name out loud and feel what this emotion is, feel what the melody is, and just continue to sing your name. The sounding of your name. And so you can continue to sound your name, maybe even feeling like you could exaggerate and make it louder if you're feeling called to do so. But whatever feels right for you in sounding your name right now. So you may want to sing it bigger. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. And so there is no right or wrong, just continue to sound your name and sing your name out loud and feel how it's moving through your body, the sounding of your name, and just feel where it is in your body. And I want you to bring the sound now to your chest and keep singing your name and bring it to your heart and just sing your name by bringing the sound to your heart, and just continue to sing your name. So beautiful, just feeling your soul song coming from deep, deep, deep within as you're presencing your beautiful soul voice, as you're feeling how perfect it is, exactly the way it is in this moment now, birthing your soul song. And just keep going, and it's wonderful. And just keep going as I continue to speak, just keep going. Beautiful, beautiful. That is delicious. And just feeling where the sound wants to move in your body. If it helps you to move, you can do that also. And continuing to sing, sing, sing your name. Da, da, da. Just sing your name aloud, how it wants to be sung. And if you want to make it even bigger, you can. Or if you want to keep it soft and quieter, you can do whatever feels right for you in this moment. And now slowly begin to bring your song to a pause, just for now. And just sit with the silence and feel what the quality of your silence is. Just continue taking deep breaths. Just feel the quality of your silence. Silence is very important because when we allow for the silence after our voice, after our conscious, intentional, loving, speaking, vocalizing, using our sacred instrument of our voice, the silence afterwards and what is the quality of my silence is equally important as what we're saying, because it's allowing for us to receive that frequency, for that frequency to echo, to reverberate, to be presenced yet again, and to truly savor it in the silence. It's allowing the space to honor that which was spoken, which was sung as your beautiful name that you sang from your soul space, from the space of your essence self. So now that we felt this quality of silence, it's just so glorious, and it's a wonderful exercise that you can always do. You can do this in nature, and when we are thinking about the goddess of compassion, it's something that we can always presence, and when we need to love and forgive ourselves, or just vocalize the emotion, and even bringing presencing somebody else if we choose to. And if you want to share how this feels for you, you can do so. I would love to witness you. Hi, Marie. Yes, please unmute yourself.
That was incredibly powerful and beautiful exercise, but it was more than an exercise, but I don't know the proper word to use, but moving from the meditation first and being engulfed in the compassion and of the violet flame, the energy, I could feel it as being so sweet and gentle, yet there's a power behind it that's unique, that's not like power, but yet what I heard was your secret power is compassion. And then going into that, I used to, because of the stuff that I experienced as a child, I almost used to dislike my name and the sound of my name being called. And that helped me shift in that moment. And the song that was coming out sounded so ancient almost. And I realized I'm connecting with who I truly am and remembering who I am. And it's not, all those memories were dissolving, and I could hear and feel something beautiful blossoming in my heart as I sang to myself. I have a little mirror thing that I have in my phone, so I was using that. And I began to just feel that compassion towards myself flowing, and it just felt so warm and comforting. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. And I witness you in this beautiful new song that is always traveling. It's our sojourner. And thank you so much for sharing that. I witness you in your beauty and your song as you say this ancient song. I would perhaps can hear it, but I can certainly feel that vibration and frequency of just the journey that you shared. Thank you so much. So much gratitude. And as we bring our circle to close today, I want to be mindful. We said we're going to keep it to an hour. And so thank you so much for being here today and for presencing your beautiful soul and activating this frequency of compassion in your life. And for everybody watching on replay, know that you are present and loved, and that your presence is precious and very, very important. And I want to thank you, Maureen, for being here today. And I also want to say that I will share some additional resources in the video replay message, and these resources can support you as you continue on this journey with the goddess of compassion frequency and awakening her more in your life, where she can serve you best for the highest good of all. And I also have an invitation for a process that was gifted and offered to me by one of my teachers, Andrew Harvey, who's a wonderful mystic and offers a lot of translations of Rumi poetry and Kabir poetry, but he's class that has to do with transfiguration and simply coming into a closer relationship with our divine self and evoking that frequency in our everyday life. And it's an invitation that you can consider doing, which is to write a letter to our physical body. This was very healing for me, because a lot of my beautiful experiences in meditation and with transmutation were directly applicable to my life. And as I was coming into a deeper love and connection with the divine, in the surrender, writing a letter to my body was very healing, because it was a reflection, but also an activation of a commitment to my relationship to my body. And so the invitation is to write a letter to your body. It's a process you can sit with, and just presencing and feeling how it is that you are traveling, journeying with your body through this life experience, and writing a letter from the essence, truth, self, a letter from a place of love and from a place of forgiveness, and just asking our body for its wisdom to share from the deepest place of love and reverence and acknowledgement that, yes, you are whole, I am whole. Asking our body what it wants to be witnessed as more. What is asking to be witnessed through this letter to our body? And it's a beautiful practice that you can take some meditative time and to honor your body. It can be through even a sacred bath or meditation or self-massage. It can be walk in nature. It can be whatever works for you, what feels good. And just honoring the body and just feeling how the body was, in a lot of ways, you know, when we were young and throughout life's initiations, there are external factors that impact our physical body. And so Andrew Harvey talks about this letter to our body through the prism of you know, how maybe we were influenced by the external world, and specifically the culture and religion where we grew up, and how we were brought up, and from the perspective also of sexuality and also health. And it's just important to love ourselves through the process, knowing that we are whole, knowing that we are love, and honoring. So it's another way to deepen with the essence self and the love that you are at the core, and our body wanting to be expressed. Excuse me. So It's an invitation that you can consider doing and journaling, a letter to our body. And so with this, I would love to close today's circle and thank you each so much for being here. And I'll be sharing the follow-up email with some more resources and continuing the conversation very, very soon. Love, love, love. Thank you.